Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 82 for Tuesday, the 3rd of August 2021. I'm your host, Mark Webb, Gamertag, PSID, Steam ID, Webby, 360G, and joining me on this very fine evening is...
I don't know what to say, really. It's number one Stunt Master.
I could tell you what to say, but I won't. Cinema Dan.
How are we doing? I feel like I haven't spoken to you guys in a very long time. I've had a really...
2 weeks, mate. 2 weeks.
Insane few weeks.
2 weeks.
I tell you, yeah, I know, since the last podcast recording...
You are so needy, mate.
I've hardly done any gaming. I've just literally just been moving house, fucking sorting the old house out. Because when you rent, it sucks, mate. Because you got to fucking make sure the house is cleaner than when you fucking moved in. Landlords are a cunts. And then we're sorting out the boxes in this new house still. Because we only really... Because we got the keys to the house last week, we moved all our stuff, but because it's a long journey, we've moved. It's over 2 hours away. We stayed in pretty much an empty house last week, just while we were cleaning it and sending the kids to the last week of childcare and stuff.
Did you hire a van?
Yes.
What big van?
Yeah, Luton.
Oh, a
Luton classic.
Yeah, because I had to have 3 Lutons when I moved.
I had to do 3 journeys in my Luton.
Yeah.
Three Lutons.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
And I could have done with another one, really, because I lost a few bits.
Were you strapping them onto the top of the Luton and they're all falling off?
Well, no, the Luton... See, the 2 Lutons I hired, they were brilliant. But the 3rd Luton, the garage was a little bit funny with me because I moved down to sort of near a place called Bognor Regis. And basically, they said... What do you want the Luton for? I said, we're moving. And I think he sort of worked out that I actually didn't live in I'd moved to somewhere near Bognor. And I said, right, okay, can we see your current address details? And I thought, well, I can't give him my new address details because I haven't got any information yet of that.
Yeah.
So I gave him my old address details, which was back at where I used to live. Yeah. And he was like a bit dubious about it. So in the end, he gave me the worst Luton possible. So when I went up the road and got home, the next day I started the van up and went down to the end of the road, and the wipers fell off.
Oh, for God's sake!
And then
that's awful.
And then when I got all the way to where I had to go and pick up all my stuff, I loaded the van up, and I didn't really pay much attention. It was only when the neighbour came out and said, "You got a lot of gear in there." I goes, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, have you not looked at the side of your van?" So I went round to the side of the van. It looked like I'd lowered it.
Oh, bloody hell.
On the floor, and the bloke says, "I hope you don't get pulled because they're going to bloody screw you on that." So I had to drive all the way home with this van that looked like I'd decked it, you know. and I didn't get pulled, but it was knackered, that van, I must admit.
Oh, wow.
But there we go.
Gutting.
Yeah,
so I had to do 3 journeys, so I moved from Farnborough to Northamptonshire, and on a good run you can do it in 2 hours, but because the M25 and the traffic was shit, like the return journey, one of them took me over 4 hours.
Ouch.
It's just fucking so tired. And then we got the kit, and then we handed the keys back just Friday just gone at the old house. So I've literally just spent all weekend unpacking boxes, setting things up, going shopping, because we had to buy a new fridge, freezer, and a new washing machine. Because usually when you rent, the white goods are included in the house, but this one didn't have it, so we had to buy a new load. So I bought Samsung ones, which are really, really nice. So I had to wait for them to be delivered, and I was just setting up my PC room, setting up the front room, getting the kids' toys. Can't fucking find half my stuff at all. It's just boxes everywhere, bags everywhere. It's just a bloody nightmare. You know, when I used to live on my own, it was easy. I could fit everything in the back of my car.
You got to remember, Webby, as you get older, you get more stuff.
Yeah.
I like to think I like to be a little bit of a minimalist, but when you've got a couple of kids, it's just fucking mental.
A minimalist, you? No way.
You're not a minimalist. You've got all these mini consoles as well.
I've got 4. I don't actually have a lot of stuff. Personally, I don't have much stuff. Literally, some clothes, my PC, a telly, an Xbox, my gaming stuff, and that's about it. Well, everything else is the wives and the kids.
Well, we could do a whole podcast on what Paul's got on his lap.
Oh, I know. And then...
And I still can't find half the stuff I
Well, there was that photograph you posted recently. What was it? It was hilarious. You were going on Twitter. You found something. Something I'm not sure exactly what it was, but in the pile in the junk was a pristine copy of the Snatcher on Mega CD.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? What? You just chuck that to one side. Jesus.
Yeah, it was just in the box. Yeah, that's the box that pulled out, and it was just like, oh wow, my old original phone. And yeah, there was the Snatcher.
Oh, yeah, it was the phone. Yeah, it's next to your fucking snake machine.
Yeah,
dunk.
I do have a lot of boxes that I like that from when I moved, and I still haven't gone through them actually. And there is random shit in with other stuff. There's still stuff I can't find. I mean, my mate wants me to find him a book that I've got for VWs. So I spent all day. Well, I didn't spend all day. I spent about an hour and a half to 2 hours up in the loft trying to find this book for him, while also trying to find my call box, because my electric call box, which I haven't used since we moved here because we're going away somewhere. In the process, I found my call box, found 8 skateboards I didn't know I had, found 5 Xbox originals crystals. Didn't even know I had them. Yeah, I know. I didn't know I had 5 of them.
I've got one of those.
Yeah, they're all in the corner, but I think they're all knackered. So I think they work, or there's something. I think the disk drives are all full.
You can make a bed out of them, mate.
Yeah, you probably could. And in the process, I never did find my mate's book. Oh, and I bashed my head afterwards on one of the loft beams, and I was dizzy all night.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, so it wasn't good.
So. I mean, I know you've got a lot of stuff, Stunty. Like, one of the worst things about moving is the internet, like getting your internet. So, I'm with Virgin, and luckily the house I moved into already had the cables installed, so I could just do a self-install.
You were lucky.
And they were just like, yeah, just plug it in, and we'll send you a text message, and you can just press go on the text message, and it will work. So I moved in on Friday, did the thing, not working. I ring them up. It's not working. What's going on? Oh, yeah, it hasn't changed over yet. I'll make sure it happens now. We'll be on in half an hour. Half an hour goes by. Nothing. And then it's gone past 10 o'clock then, and the fucking lines are closed, aren't they? So I had to ring them again yesterday morning.
But you were sweating.
I know.
Yeah,
and,
no podcast again, almost.
I know. And so I rang them again yesterday, and so the first one I went through to... someone so this is this is the opposite of what should happen, right? So the first call I got through to someone in the UK, and they fucked it up completely. The second call on Saturday I got through to an Indian call centre, and I was chatting to the bloke, and he was like, yeah, don't worry, I'll sort it out for you. And while I was on the phone to him, and he said, look, I'll stay on the phone with you until this is sorted. I was like, cool. And we got it, and he got it up and running within 20 minutes. It's like, brilliant. Man. He said, yeah, just give me the MAC number on your router and I'll sort it all out for you now, mate. It was like, awesome.
Have you checked your bank details to make sure that
but then I had another issue, so I had to ring them again today, because I was online, and I use a VPN to go onto some of my websites to download things that stuff. Anyway, I couldn't get onto it. It was like coming up with an error. So I was googling the issue. Well, I didn't Google it. I binged it because I want my Bing points. And what they do now with Virgin, I didn't know this, is they automatically put safe search on, so you can't access any like porn sites or like VPN websites or anything like that. I was like, what the fuck? All right, I'll go on to my account and turn that off. Oh, it's still linked to my old account, which doesn't exist anymore because they gave me a new contract for cheaper for the same speed. So I had to ring them up again. I was on the phone for like half an hour getting that fucking sorted out today. So
when you spoke to them, did you say, look, turn off the safety thing. I want to look at all these naughty things and VPN things.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Just wonder what you actually say. I don't know what to say. What would you say? Oh,
no, I just said, Well, no, because I rang them up and I just said, look, I've got a couple of issues. One, I can't access my account because it's the email address is linked to my old account. Can you sort that out? Yeah, that's cool. And I just said, also, can you turn off safe search? He said, yeah, no worries at all.
Okay.
Job done. You don't need to go into any more details, mate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The less said, the better. Because you know what they're thinking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. They're probably You're on YouPorn later.
That's it,
Exactly.
mate. That's it. Too right.
Uploading your own movies, eh?
Yeah. Got to be done, mate. Got to make that extra money. Oh, I should make an OnlyFans. Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I don't think that'd be very popular, mate. Somehow. Yeah, I think you might start losing Patreon subscribers for that.
Probably,
unless you add it on an extra super special tier.
Well, I already lost a Patreon this month, so I'm a little bit sad already.
Oh dear.
It's very, very sad times.
Well, you can't blame me. I haven't been on for a month.
I know, mate. I mean, I'm surprised that Darren isn't on. I know he texted saying he's up at 4 a.m, so he can't come on. Yeah, but I just wanted to say it's just been really weird couple of weeks because 1, I haven't been gaming. 2, I've had no internet. I've used all the data up on my phone, so I had to buy more freaking data. And yeah, it's just been really odd just not being in that usual routine, if that makes sense, of sitting on my ass in front of the computer all day, every day. Just being actually very active, lifting boxes, fucking moving things and sorting things out. It's been a pain.
You were doing your real life simulator game. It's called, house moving simulator.
I hate it. Moving house is such a fucking pain in the ass. I hate it so much. But hopefully, we'll be settled now. So, yeah.
House moving is the worst. My missus cried when we moved. Not because she was leaving the house. It was because of the amount of crap that I owned.
Well, it's just the stress, isn't it? It's just that stress. Yeah.
I still get mentioned now and again about the microwave that fell out of the back of the van, and the glass table that I never did replace.
Oh no! Oh.
Dear.
Yeah.
So anyway, on to gaming news. Just very quickly, I've cancelled my Nintendo Switch or pre-order, Dan.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I just decided. I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? I don't need another Nintendo Switch.
No, you don't, mate.
You know, I'm just trying to. I'm thinking I'll save some money, and I'm probably gonna cancel my Steam thingy as well. My Steam Deck, yeah.
You've still got the Evercade, haven't you, coming, haven't you?
Yeah, it's paid for, yeah.
Oh, so you got something.
I just thought to myself, I was sitting there just thinking, do I actually need these items? No. I'm perfectly happy with my Switch, and the Steam Deck I'd never use anyway, so what's the fucking point?
I've already found someone to take on my old Switch when I get the OLED. So
excellent. Oh, that's good
done.
News.
Yeah. Sorted. I'm doing a discount mates rates price for it.
Yeah, so we're screwing him over then.
Yeah, exactly.
You do realise if it goes wrong, he's going to be coming round to your house for warranty.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine. I could chuck some extra boozy bonus in there. I might, because I've got some shitty games I don't play anymore. You can have those. Job done.
Are you sending it to Nathan, are you?
No.
Right.
No. Someone who's basically was going to get one anyway, but I'm sure it'd be understood. To be honest with you, he probably won't even get played.
Even better then, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the warranty aspect.
Yeah, it just means I get everything a bit £100 cheaper, which is fine.
Nice. Stunty, but before we get into because you're going to go first on what you've been playing, you went to Bug Jam last week, and I saw some of your pictures, and it looked like a really good time. I mean, your old camper van seems to still be going strong, and you're out in the field, and it was a Santa pod, right? Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it was. It was because it was just after Boris unlocked everything, wasn't it? So it was quite actually good timing, really. Because I mean, this was organised ages ago, but because Boris had actually turned around and said that everything's open, face masks are off, everyone go wild. Santa pod was on for the Bug Jam event, and it was actually quite funny because it just felt like a normal, like it was before COVID times.
Yeah.
The difference was that there was not as many people there. It was still a lot of people there, I did get they removed one of the big tents because what they have is they have two big huge tents that are dance tents, and one of the tents they removed completely, and they just had a load of they put a big TV up and they had a load of chairs, but they still had the COVID tent. So, which is basically the tent you go into, and it's like, you take your life in your own hands, really, when you go in that tent, because it's the rave tent, and you've got no idea knowing what's in there because it's hot and sweaty in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I went in there on the Saturday night and we listened to some drum and bass. It was great. My mate came in on Friday. He came in with me as well, and he was really bizarre because he was standing against the back of the tent, against the fence, like against the actual tent itself, as in like he was trying to protect himself from COVID.
Oh, for God's sake!
Because I said to him, "What are you doing against the fence there? Against the sort of like the tent wall." I said, "Come forward a bit." No, I'm quite happy here. And every time I looked around, he was like, his eyes were looking up at the ceiling, like he was. Yeah. Where is it? Is it going to get me?
I think he dropped something, mate.
No, he didn't. No, because he doesn't do any of that. Well, he did actually. He had a spliff, and he doesn't do anything. Yeah. And to be honest, he had a spliff, and in one of my pictures, I don't know if you see, but we're all sitting there, all around this table, and he's just laying on the floor like a coffin. Well, that's because he had a spliff. So he couldn't handle it.
So, because I live quite close to Santa Pod now.
I saw. Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and go to the Monster Truck Nationals.
Cool.
Which because my boy would like that. But I've noticed that they've got VW action back to the 80s on the 3rd to the 5th September. Are you going to that?
No, I won't be doing any more this year. I can't afford to. Yeah, no, I normally only do Santa Pod only because it's old friends I've known for 30 years now, and it's our men's tradition that we go without the women.
Yeah.
So but yeah, it's good. It's a really good event. I mean, that's the thing. You're quite lucky now because Santa Pod does do some really good events there.
Yeah, I'm just looking. There's quite a few I want to go to. Just having a look on the website at the moment. So
yeah, it's cool. I mean, the only problem for me is it takes me a while to get there because it's 3 hours from my house.
Yeah,
it's just over 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it was 5 hours on the way home on last Sunday because the traffic. Well, the traffic was really bad because we had that really poor weather, didn't we, on the Sunday? Because this is the one thing about Santa Pod. Santa Pod has its own climate for weather. It always seems to be different at Santa Pod to anywhere else in the country. So most of the time when I go to Santa Pod, it pisses it down all weekend. or because I get there from Thursday till Sunday, and it always pisses it down. Not this year. This year we had sun from Thursday all the way through to Sunday, and even when I left, and I was told that back at home. It peed it down on Saturday morning. It was really bad, and that was the thing. On the way home, there was flash floods, wasn't there? It was really bad, and I got caught with that on the way home. So, but good place.
Yeah, man. I've just looked on Google Maps. It's literally a 30-minute drive exactly from my house. So.
Wow,
that's handy.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Silverstone's not that far from me either, which is quite good as well. Yeah, because I drove past Silverstone a few times on my trips up and down. So, and that's only about 30 minutes away as well. So it's quite a good location, to be honest, for if you're into your cars and stuff.
Yeah, you're in. I mean, I do like where you've moved to. Is a nice place. It's quite. I mean, I go to a little village called Olney. And that's it's a lovely little village. We go there and have breakfast just before we go to Santa Pod. And we've been doing that for years, and it's a lovely little place, and all round there is nice. I have noticed, though, that they are starting to build all around there, like they're building everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of new build houses going up, a lot of new estates,
but that's just everywhere at the moment, it seems to be.
Well, there's too many people, not enough houses, isn't there? But they won't put the prices down, the fucking cunts.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Should we talk about video games? We've been chatting shit for 20 minutes.
We have indeed.
Yeah.
Bargain, bonus content.
Yeah, man. Stunty, so I know you've been busy, but have you been playing any games?
No.
Oh, okay. Next.
No, I haven't actually. Do you know what? I haven't played my PlayStation 5, in 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness!
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? I have. Before. I'll start again. Yeah, so I haven't played my PlayStation 5 in about 2 weeks. I did turn it on the other day, and then I turned it back off again. But because it was only because I wanted to go on. I wanted to go on the store to look for something to see if it was priced. What the price was. I've actually been playing my Switch.
Nice.
Really bizarre for me because I don't really play my Switch because it's always been in the living room. But I chucked it in the spare room here, which is where I spend most of my time for gaming. And I've been playing Zelda Skyward Sword. And I'm really enjoying it, actually. It's very clunky. It's very hard work at times. And it's like, for me, it's like playing an old video game from 15, 20 years ago, but with more shinier graphics. But even then, it's still not perfect on the graphics, but it's got a good story. It's quite interesting. It's not your usual same old crap video game that you get today.
Yeah.
Go in this room, shoot this person in the head, move on to the next room. Push A button to open door. It's that kind of thing. And it's good, but it is hard work at times because it's quite clunky. It was like I had a section where I had to jump across on a rope, and it took me 3 attempts because I couldn't do it. And then I did it first time. It was like, why? And then there's the bit where you fly that stupid thing, and that was I wanted to go down, but I went up. What's it called again? The bird.
I don't know. It's a prehistoric thing. Those kind of birds are modelled after a real life bird that's doing the rounds. You've probably seen them on the internet. They're like these weird fucking prehistoric monstrosities that probably would chop your head off with one fucking beak peck. But yeah, Loftwing, I think they're called, aren't they?
Yeah, Loftwing. Yes, they are called Loftwings. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I haven't played. I mean, I've probably done 4 hours on the game so far. Not that much, but it's enough for what I've been doing on it at the moment. I am enjoying it. The save points are pretty easy. They're quite, you've only got to do a little section, find a statue.
Yeah.
It's quite weird, the game, but then I like that. I do like something that's a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing it as well, Stunty. I got it at launch, and I was initially quite apprehensive because because of that amiibo debacle, where you can go in the sky whenever you want or whatever. But to be honest, at every single freaking statue, you can go to the sky anyway, so it doesn't actually make any difference at all because there's so many statues. When I first started the game, I was really negative on it, to be honest with you, because you have to hold down the left bumper and to move the camera with the right thumbstick. And that's obviously before you get to any of the combat, right? So I was thinking, what the fuck is this stupid control scheme? And it was really pissing me off, mate. It really was. And then obviously the graphics, and initially I thought, this just looks shit. But my eyes adjusted, and then obviously I got into the combat. I wanted to give the game a fair shout, and I very quickly have gotten used to the control scheme. The thumbsticks for the sword and shield, I mean, even now with the sword, it's still a bit finicky at times because with those spiders in particular in that first dungeon. Oh man, it was a fucking pain in the ass. Just trying to, but because you hit them and they swing around really fast, and you got to wait for them to stop so you can hit their belly, and it took me a while to do that, but it's classic Zelda at the end of the day. I mean, I really like it because you've got kind of an open worldy type areas, and then you have the dungeons, right, and they all have their own themes as Zeldas do. You get like a new weapon or gadget, shall we say, and you need to utilize that for completing that dungeon, and then you can obviously use that item in the world as well to maybe get secrets that you couldn't get before, etc. So I think it's really good so far. I'm really liking the story, the fact of you go back to the sky and you can get your heart potions, and these shops also get better equipment. So because like at the beginning you get a wooden shield, and that gets destroyed very quickly, especially with fire. So after you've done the first dungeon, you go back and the dude's got a metal shield with, and he's like, "Oh, don't get struck by lightning with that," you know. So it's quite good because it has the elemental stuff within the game as well. I mean, I'm not super far in. I've got to the lava area now.
Cool. Yeah. I'm on the next temple, or what you want to call it. So it's really, really cool. The next one's really, really cool. Actually, some mechanics, and
nice.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but I was going, it's ingenious. Let's just say that's like the way they structure their puzzles.
Yeah.
Like cause and effect almost. So yeah, I'm having a great time. Although I've kind of taken the foot off the pedal on it the last few days. Moved on to another Nintendo game, which I'll talk about later. But I think I'm about 12, 13, 14 hours in. I don't think it's not particularly that long. You're probably looking at about 20, 25 in total for this.
That's pretty good, though, to be fair.
Yeah. But considering I put about, I must be over 80 hours into Breath of the Wild. So, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it might be longer. It's hard to say. But judging by the current rate of the way things are going, I think that's probably a sensible estimation in gameplay
because
time.
in Skyloft, there's a certain amount of the pieces you've got to put into that statue, right? And when you look at the map, the overall map, it only looks like there's like 3 big areas. So, so they must all be different kind of temperatures, for example, because you've had like the forest area, the second area is the lava area, so I'm guessing there's an ice area, maybe is the last one.
No.
Okay. Well, I'll see when I get to it anyway. But I think it's a really good game actually, and because this is a game that I missed out on the Wii because I didn't fancy that shitty control scheme.
Yeah.
I think they've mapped it as well as they could on the thumbsticks on the Switch controller, to be honest.
Yeah, it was quite a late game on the Wii. I do actually own it on the Wii, actually, and I've never played it. And the reason I bought it is because it came with the Move controller, because the Move... not Move controller, Motion Plus controller. Because you remember when the Wii's came out, they just came out with a normal controller, then they brought out this Motion Plus bullshit. And I think that's the reason why I bought Zelda, because it had that with it. I'll probably end up selling it, to be honest, because if I've got it on the Switch, what's the point in keeping it on the Wii?
You'd be able to get some good money for it as well, mate.
Yeah, the only thing is, though, do I want to sell the controller with it? Which I'm probably going to have to sell it with it, because it's the big box set. And that's
Just
the problem.
sell it, mate. Sell it and buy a cheap Wii Motion Plus.
Yeah, I probably will do, because as I say, I've never played it. It's sat in a box there. It's got all because it comes with a CD as well, and that's still sealed. So,
wow.
Right,
yeah, you probably get at least about £100 for that, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I probably will sell it. The thing is, as much as say I'm a hoarder, I am getting a bit more realistic on some of my stuff. It's like I've got a game room that is sort of in limbo at the moment because I haven't got time to do it and all money. And it's like I've got all this stuff everywhere, and it's like, well, if I clear some of that down, I could just keep to a sort of quite a niche collection instead of having lots of everything.
Yeah.
So and that's the way to go. And as I say, I've got a lot of Wii stuff that I'm never going to play. What's the point in keeping it? It's an odd console anyway, isn't it? The Wii. It was sort of a casuals console, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to Zelda Skyward Sword, I'm quite enjoying it. And I must admit, I've got this urge to sort of play my Switch a bit more at the moment. There's a few bits and bobs I'm thinking, I might have to give this a go. The only problem is, though, is my daughter started playing it, so I'm having to wrestle with her now to actually play the bloody thing.
You're looking. That's a perfect excuse to buy the new the new Switch, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I don't really have the money at the moment, and also I don't really want to buy another console because I've got an Xbox One set that's not been used in about 3 months. So it's like I don't really Series X.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't really want to buy another console, and then it does the same again.
Yeah.
So but that's the way it is. But no, there's some bits on the Switch that I'm going to give a go. I've got a list of bits and bobs. And also, the other thing as well, which is really bloody annoying, is the store. They've got some really good bargains on the store, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to sift through loads of shit, though. That's
Yeah.
the problem with it.
What I do is I go on there and if I find something I like, I put it on my wish list and then I just leave it in there. And then and then Nintendo sends you an email saying, "Come on, motherfucker, buy it. It's £2."
I know. I mean, I found myself last week buying a Pinball Effects tables, some of the Williams tables that were on sale.
Yeah, man.
Because the thing is with the Switch, right? I mean, I love Pinball Effects I've got, I was well into it on the Xbox, right? But it just feels much nicer on the Switch because especially when you've got the flip grip and you can play it, it's like an actual table. It's really nice to play it like that. And they seem to do a lot of sales on Pinball Effects on there, so I normally just wait for those now. So, yeah. Sorry, mate. So sorry just to jump in like that.
That's all right.
Fine, you know what I'm like. And the only other thing I have played, but that was before I stopped playing on the PlayStation 5, and that is I've actually finished Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, nice.
I really enjoyed it. It was a really good game, actually. I was quite impressed. It kept me engaged. It doesn't feel... A lot of people go, it's Ratchet and Clank, it's very kiddish. It's not actually quite...
It's not.
No, it's quite an action game, isn't it? It's an action shooter game. It's good. I mean, graphically, it's beautiful looking game.
Yeah, I just want to chime in on that as well because that's another game on my list that I've been playing. So obviously not this week, but last week, I was trying to get it finished. To be quite honest with you, so I was powering through, and I got to a point where I thought was the end of the game, but it actually wasn't. You carry on afterwards.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I've just gotten past that bit, and obviously I've stopped, but. I think it's a PS5 must play for PS5 owners. It is such a great game. I mean, I went into it a little bit apprehensive because I have played previous Ratchet and Clank games, but always thought they were a bit kiddie, a bit boring or whatever. But they've done such a good job with this one. Obviously the graphics speak for themselves, right? It looks amazing. The gameplay is fast and fluid. I love the different options of all the different weapons that you can use. And the story itself is so well done. I mean, they introduced 2 new characters in this game, and they're both so well done. And because you play as 2 characters in this game, I'm not giving away any more spoilers on that, but it's just really good. To be honest on it, it's blown me away how good it is. I mean, it's just quality, just from start to finish.
Yeah,
I haven't finished it, but from what I've played, I've played a lot of hours of it so far, and it's just oozes quality. It's fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, it's definitely worth picking up. I mean, if you do ever get a PS5 at some point, Dan, it is worth picking up. It probably will end up on PS Plus at some point.
Of course it will.
If you, because the last one did, but it depends on how long you want to wait. But yeah, it is a good game. It makes me think. Here we go. Please don't. I played Gears of War, and that just felt a bit samey. Where this feels like they've moved up another level. And also because you've got the controller, the way the controller works, it just makes it outstanding, doesn't it?
That controller, I mean, I have to give Sony props to that controller. It is, it is probably one of the best controllers I've ever used. I mean, it's comfortable, it has a nice weight to it, but the haptic feedback and the rumble, I've never felt anything like it. And it's quite funny because with the PS5 controller, it's really hard to describe it to people unless they give it a go. So my mate Dave just picked up his PS5 last week. And before he picked up, he was asking me questions about it. And I was just saying, mate, just play Astrobot as soon as you get the PS5. Because it shows off the controller. I mean, you need to do it. And he said, yeah, cool. And then he played it and he rang me up and was like, oh my God, this controller's amazing. No, it is so good. It is amazing. And even Microsoft have come out and said that they really are a bit envious of the PS5 controller. Yeah.
They actually said, okay.
Yeah, it's done so well, mate. And especially with those exclusive games like Ratchet and Clank and a few others that I've played, it just adds another level of immersion, and And that's one thing I'm really loving about the PS5, it is such a great console because at the moment I've been really enjoying the exclusives, and I'm just loving the controller. Those two things together are just making it a shining star for me at the moment. So yeah, I'm really glad I picked up a PS5.
But yeah, no, it's good. It's a good time to be a game at the moment. You've got, as I say, the Switch has got some great games. Sony have got some great exclusives. We're just waiting for Microsoft really now, because at the moment,
Microsoft. I mean, everyone's in.
It's starting to come. It's starting to come. The Microsoft stuff.
Yeah, it is. I mean, everyone on the Xbox is loving Flight Sim at the moment. There's another game that came out called The Ascent. I'm yet to play The Ascent, and I'm itching to give it a go, so I'll play it this week. But
I downloaded it. I haven't tried it yet, though.
Oh, cool. So. But Flight Sim, from all accounts, it's a technical masterpiece for the console.
Yeah. Although I'm getting quite scared at Flight Sim. The amount of people showing off their dodgy flying skills on fucking Twitter at the moment, it scares the shit out of me. Because there's going to be some people inspired to take their fucking driving, so their flying lessons right now, or their flying license. Pilot's license, and before you know it,
I mean, I've been playing it for over a year on the PC, and I've absolutely loved playing it, and I'm really happy that console gamers are now experiencing it, and a lot of people are actually really enjoying it. You can literally go anywhere in the world, and that's just an amazing thing if you think about it. So yeah, I'm really happy for everyone who's given it a bosh.
That's it. That's all I've played. I did pick up a game, but I haven't played it yet, and you're going to laugh at this one. Autobahn Police Simulator 2.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I am going to be a policeman on the German highways, arresting people that are speeding.
Yeah, but how can you speed on an Autobahn? I thought they didn't have a speed limit.
Yeah, exactly. I've been on the Autobahn, and you
I don't know. Well, it's called Autobahn Police Simulator 2, so awesome. I'm going to give it a go. When I'm next on, I'll give you a verdict.
Awesome. Okay. To listen to the rest of this week's show, please subscribe at patreon.com/360gamercast. When you subscribe for as little as £5 a month, you get a podcast episode every single week of the year, an awesome Discord rank as well, with its own private chat room, and your own feed on any podcast app to listen to the show. It does not work with Spotify, however, so you'll have to use an app such as Pocket Cast, which I have to say is really, really awesome. Again, that website is patreon.com/360gamercast. You know you want to support the show. A £5 a month is not a lot of money to spend. Come on, guys. Don't be tight. £5 a month. Love you lots. See you on the other side.